Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Storytelling Hub, where every story has a lesson. Today's story is called I Sold My Land to Save My Family. They Forgot Me. Guys, before you judge anyone in this story, listen to the end. Let's begin. The loudest person at my younger brother's wedding wasn't the groom. It wasn't the MC either. It was my mother. God has been faithful to this family. People clapped. They danced. They celebrated. I smiled too. But as I sat quietly in the last row, one question kept running through my mind. Did they really forget? Or did they choose to? Because 5 years earlier, there wouldn't have been a wedding, there wouldn't have been a family, if I hadn't made one painful decision. My father died suddenly. No savings, no insurance, just debts. Within 3 months, my younger sister was forced to leave university because we couldn't pay her fees. My brother lost his admission. My mother's blood pressure became so bad that she was admitted to the hospital twice. Every day brought another problem. One evening, my mother called all of us together. She looked exhausted. Then she said something I'll never forget. I don't know how much longer I can hold this family together. The room fell silent. Everyone looked down. Nobody had an answer. That night, I couldn't sleep. The only valuable thing I owned was a piece of land my father had bought for me years before he died. Whatever happens in life, don't sell this land. Build your future on it. I had planned to build my dream house there. Instead, the next morning, I put it up for sale. My friends called me a fool. Land keeps increasing in value. You'll regret it. Maybe they were right. But watching my family fall apart hurt more. I sold it. Every kobo went to my family. My sister returned to school. My brother completed his education. My mother's hospital bills were paid. We survived. I was genuinely happy for them. I wasn't rich. My husband and I still rented a small apartment with my children. Business was slow. But I thanked God. One rainy afternoon, my landlord knocked on my door. He had already given me 3 months to pay my rent. I can't wait any longer, he said. You have 1 week. I swallowed my pride. For the first time in my life, I called my younger brother. Things are a bit difficult. I just need a little help. There was silence. Then he replied, big sis, things are tight. I'll call you back. He never did. I called my sister. School fees for the children are too much right now. We'll talk next month. She didn't call either. A week later, my family watched as my belongings were carried out of the house. My husband cried quietly. My children kept asking, Mommy, where are we going? None of my siblings came, not one. That night, we slept in an unfinished building. I stared at the ceiling and asked myself one question. Was I only important when I had something to give? 3 days later, an old man walked up to me at my workshop. He was one of my father's friends.
I heard what happened.
Then he handed me an envelope. Inside was a document. I looked at him, confused. What is this? He smiled. The man who bought your land passed away last year. Before he died, he told his lawyer to find you. He said you sold that land for the right reasons. He wanted it returned to you. I couldn't believe my eyes. The land was mine again. Except now, it was worth almost 10 times what I'd sold it for. Tears rolled down my face, not because of the land, but because a stranger remembered a sacrifice that my own family had forgotten. Months later, my business expanded. Life became comfortable again. One Sunday afternoon, my siblings came to visit. They apologized. They admitted they had become so busy enjoying the lives they had built. They forgot the woman who made those lives possible. I listened quietly. Then I smiled. I didn't help you because I wanted repayment. I helped because you're my family. But never become so comfortable that you forget the shoulders you once stood on. They all lowered their heads. Some debts can't be repaid with money, only with gratitude. And that's today's story. Never forget the people who stood by you when you had nothing. Success has a way of making people forget yesterday's sacrifices. Tell me honestly, if you were in her shoes, would you have forgiven your siblings or would you have walked away for good?